Hey everybody, Justin here. Welcome to the Akashic forecast for September 2024. Now, I've already recorded this forecast, but I had a technical difficulty, so I'm doing it again. Makes the reading maybe perhaps even richer. So I have had some access to this information already. I'm going to go now and open the records and come right back. For anybody who is new to this, I will explain what the records are in the full forecast. But just so you know what we're doing, every month I open up this level of knowledge called the Akashic Record to see what kind of guidance, perspective, support there might be in our journey of transformation in the month ahead. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Akashic forecast for September 2024. So I now have the records open, and I just want to briefly say, what am I doing here? What are the Akashic records? Very, very succinctly and simply, I am opening up a perspective or level of knowledge that contains every imprint in consciousness of its own activity. That might sound kind of vague. Another way to say it is the memory of the universe, of everything it does, including everything internal to us and everything external to us. And each month I open up the collective imprint or memory in the universe to see what kind of guidance there might be for the month ahead. And so this is something I do privately with people, and I also do it here in this monthly forecast in this collective way. I am not looking at my own personal records here for anybody who's asking that. They want to be clear here that what we're sharing is not unique to me or personal to me. It is something that we all are going through, themes that we are all experiencing. So some of this might be not a forecast for you, but just like a confirmation, a validation of what you are already experiencing, as we are already in the month of September. All right, so let's get into it. There is such a beautiful, rich, green emerald color here. Very, very rich, shot through with like marbled gold. It is very alive. It is regal. They're saying it is an image of richness itself. It is an image of richness itself. And so in September, there is a deep invitation that I get here from the records to feel the richness of being, to feel the richness of just being alive, if you want to say it that way, the richness of existing, if you want to say it that way, meaning existing without any precondition to experiencing richness. So a lot of us walk around with an ego mind, me included, that does not experience the richness of being alive. It often experiences a belief of lack. It experiences a belief of separation or conditional value. And that can be incredibly saddening to the soul, to believe I am separate, my value is conditional on X, Y, or Z, or that I'm lacking in some fundamental way. This is aside from like things that we might relatively lack that we need to go pursue, like in income, for example. But to believe I am lacking, I am not enough, is a boulder on the soul. It is crushing. Ultimately, it is crushing. And it leads to sorrow on the inside and conflict on the outside and all the things that we don't like about human behavior. And so in September, again, there's this deep invitation to feel the natural richness of yourself, the natural richness that is comes pre-installed, comes pre-installed. And one way to feel the natural richness of yourself is to ask the question, what is my value? But do not answer this question with your thoughts. In other words, what is my value without referencing thinking? without referencing any ideas. In other words, this question is inviting you to feel the answer. To feel the answer. What is my value? And just feel it. Feel how there is a spontaneous richness that fills your experience. What is my value? Or another way to say it, what is my natural value? What is my inborn value? And they're even inviting here, asking this question of your world. What is the value of the person in front of me? Again, without referencing the mind. Without referencing the mind, just feeling an answer. What is the value of the person in front of me? The answer will rise up in your being, in your experience. A feeling of the infinite value of being itself. You could, if a person is too difficult, which the mind loves to judge, and other people is their favorite thing to judge, the mind. So you could do an artwork, for example, like this one next to me in the image here in this video. You could look at the artwork and ask, what is its value? Again, without referencing any kind of idea about monetary value, aesthetic value, just looking at it, taking in something inanimate and asking, what is its value? And you might feel a spontaneous answer just bubble up in you. Pure value is its value. Fresh, pure, naked value. Infinite, pure value. Pricelessness. A kind of gratitude that creation even happens. This can restore the true, quote, value of life, of our life, our experience. Whether we're in some gilded hall like Versailles or something, or like a gas station. This question can open up a deep pricelessness that is inherent in life. And also restore the sanctity of Earth, which is another big theme for September. So this green gold, emerald gold color field that keeps showing me is another meaning behind it, is to feel in ourselves the sacredness of here, the sacredness of Earth. Again, the mind's habit toward thinking here is not as good as over there, or this moment is not as good as this one I'm imagining, is a great pain on the soul. It is in the end disharmonious with what the soul knows, which is that everything is of great value, everything is of infinite pricelessness and sacredness, everything. So to feel that pricelessness of here, that deep value of here, whatever here is, whatever it looks like, again, the gas station or Versailles, whatever it looks like on the outside, on the surface, whatever judgments we project onto that surface aren't the answer. The answer is a felt thing. And again, what is the value of here? Another way you could even call on here to show you its value. You could treat here like it's something other, play a little game here, and and interrogate it. Ask, please show me your true value. Please give me a feeling of your true value. This place that I'm in right now. Again, you could, if that's all too much, you could just keep it to yourself. What is my true value? What is my real value? What is my authentic value? Play with it. Play with it. See how that goes this month. There's one other theme that they want to share, which is sacred connections. So apparently in September, we're all going to reconnect with somebody who was in our soul tribe, who maybe we had a bond with earlier in our life, at another job, at a previous job, or in school, or in another place we lived. And we have gotten out of touch, but we have not lost our soul bond. And we are going to reconnect with them in September at some point. It might just be one person. It could be more than one. It could be a few people. But September, again, is abundant and rich with these soul connections that are coming back just to remind you, just to remind you of, again, our true value. Because that's what soul connections do. They remind us of our true nature, our true being. So it's not like, what can we do for each other? The ego mind's basic MO is, with relationships at least, is what can you do for me? That is how ego sees the world almost. What can you do for me? What can you do to solve my feeling of lack? What can you do to solve my feeling of separation? Nothing, not judging it. It is natural that the ego mind, believing separation, would seek to solve that problem. However, soul friends don't solve that ego issue by doing some kind of dance that the ego thinks needs to be done out there in the movie of life so that it feels whole and complete and not lacking. Instead, soul friends simply help turn up the volume a little bit on our natural value, on our natural pricelessness, our being, by just reflecting it. And it's not so much whatever it is that we talk about when we meet these, catch up with these soul friends. It is really just to be together and to value each other from that soul place, which knows and feels the true beauty, the true value of everyone and everything. And so a friend or two or three from your life will be returning to your orbit this month. It doesn't mean you have to make them now a primary relationship. That's not what it means. Sometimes the mind can get involved with, I felt this pricelessness and now I need to keep them around all the time. Well, no, that's not necessarily true, although it could be. So do take time to really heed any signs of someone coming back and follow it. Go for it. It will be a great reconnection. And as always, with every month, there is an energetic storm on this planet, and it will be doing this. And so this is also green gold is also a sign, as they were saying earlier, to remember Earth, the steadiness of it, not just its pricelessness and sanctity, but just its basic rock steady presence that the mind can really rest on. It's also very helpful for anybody who is going through financial hardship right now. A few of us, I'm getting, are hitting a dry spell with money, and that's natural sometimes. Money has cycles. Money has a flow cycle. And so if that's happening, remembering this, again, this pure value of ourselves, the true value of ourselves, or of here, or of the other, or an object, can counteract that feeling of lack that a financial dry spell can trigger. And again, it will help us carry us through that dry spell back to when things flow back into the bank account. Money is not a they just want to say about money, it is not the big deal that we all think it is. It really is not. It's quite simple. It is energy, and energy flows. And so your value does not. Your value is infinite and priceless. And so to feel that can really help the flow of finances or other resources, rather than kickstart a whole anxiety panic attack thing. Okay. So again, green gold, folks. Everything's coming up quite rich. So I want to quickly close the records very briefly. Before I do, also, there's a sovereignty and regalness that keeps coming up. It was up last month and the month before. It's again in this month. And they just want to say that, life really does call on all of its children, all of its creations, which is us, to walk with this feeling of pure value, right? This feeling of regalness, dignity. And so it's totally okay to feel your value and to show that you know it, because it gives it to other people. All right. Thank you all. I'm now going to briefly close the records. I thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for all that they have shared, all the deep wisdom to embrace richness and to really feel it, really, really feel it. And with that, I now close the records of September 2024. Amen, amen, amen. These records are closed. Take care, everybody. I love doing this. See you next month. Be well. Bye-bye.